Hello there, this is Joel here, the manager of the Newcastle Wands. Welcome to another episode of the Quidditch Manager Weekly Update. This is going to be the last episode of 2014. We're at the start of season 29, so we're getting through World Cups, we're getting through seasons, we're getting close to the new academy, we're getting close to 2015. This is going to be an episode to go over what's happened in the last little while. I've moved house, Andre got married, quite a few things did happen, so this is just going to be a recap of the last few months' events and then get us started for a big 2015 as well. So as you can see here on the main screen already, first things first, 9 hours ago, Quidditch Manager is now an option for Twitch broadcast. So what that means is that Andre had to have a chat to the guys in charge of Twitch and get them to count Quidditch Manager as a game. So when we do streams for example, we can select the game like you would select Hearthstone, you select Dota, you'd select even Call of Duty, that kind of stuff. You can select Quidditch Manager as a game so that when we broadcast it, other people can watch it as well. So it's another way to get people into the game. We do want Quidditch Manager to get more managers on board because once the game gets bigger, once it gets more managers, we'll be able to see new and exciting innovations as well and maybe find someone to help Andre expand the game as well. So that's a pretty big bit of news there. I know Andre is very thrilled. He's very happy with the fact that his game is now counted as a game on the Twitch universe. We'll go into the leagues as well, the league ladders. Unfortunately, the Newcastle Wands were relegated at the end of season 28, so rip in peace Wands. It was a bad season. I don't know what happened exactly. I didn't change my number one lineup. I guess all my guys got old and they started losing stats. And then, season 29 now, I've got most of the team now is young guys who are less than level 60. They're just there to get levels and to rank up. And in a few seasons' time, I'll get into silver. I'll win silver. I'll get to gold. I'll win gold. I'll get back to Honor League. It'll be great in a few seasons' time. With the academy coming up as well, that'll help to flesh out the beaters and the chasers. But until then, at the moment, I'm going to be down the very bottom of whatever league I'm playing in at the moment, and that's just the way it is at the moment. That's another topic for me to whinge about later. For now, we're going to have a look at the leagues. We'll go to Honor League first because Honor League is the important one. And actually, while we're loading this as well, before we get to it, congratulations to the Ashwinders on the Honor League and the World Cup double for season 28. That makes, I think, they're the third or the fourth team now to win both the World Cup and the Honor League in the same season. So, congratulations to them. They had they wasn't the easiest run to get through it. They had to get through a bit of tough competition at the end as well, and it was very close. There was a snitch capture at the very end, so that's what we want to see. That's the kind of excitement we want to see in the World Cup. And this season as well has been a lot closer than previous seasons in that there's been a lot of threats at the top there. At the back end of the season, there's been a lot of threats. That's what we like to see. As you can see at the top of Honor League as well, the Ashwinders are in first place again. We're only 3 days in, 6 matches in. So it's hard to say so far who's winning, who's losing. There's no way to know who's played the best teams and the lowest teams and that kind of stuff. So it hasn't even out just yet. We wait for a week. Everyone's played each other once. Then we wait for the second week and everyone's played each other twice. And then we can get a bit more of a feel of who's going to get there at the end of the season. So the Ashwinders on top. The Devils are going well without a Seeker, I've been told. At the moment, they've got a really good Chaser lineup and someone's playing out of position in the Seeker role and they're still winning matches. So good on them. The Mifflins are up there as well. They were quite a good showing in season 28, so it's good to see them back it up in season 29. The Newcastle Watt as well, they're up there. Let's see down the bottom. Legionnaires have dropped a bit. I've got a feeling a couple of teams may have lost a few players in the off-season as well, so that will account for some of the differences in where we are on the ladder as well. So at the moment, Ashwinders are winning it. It was called a few seasons ago that they were quite strong and that they will do quite well. They've actually gone through their own rebuilding process a few seasons ago. They're only playing 7 players. They're all very well leveled at the very same time, and you would expect that they will go very well together for a little while longer. In the future, when more players are required in the squad, for example, with the fouls, injuries and suspensions, that may change their win-loss ratio, but at the moment, they're doing quite well for themselves. In Gold League, the Bromerers, the Axolotls, the Dragon Riders at the top, and the Bichonne, so 5-1 is a pretty handy spot to be after 3 matches. And then there's a few guys in the middle as well, 4-2. The Cauldrons are doing well for themselves. And Newcastle Wands, there you go, down the bottom with the Cornish in the Street, who were all in Honor League not too long ago. So that's just the way the current events are, I guess. When you get your players retiring, you suddenly drop like a stone to the bottom of the ladder. It makes it very difficult to, I guess, keep a squad together and do well with the way the game currently is. It will change though, so we're not worried too much about it. In Silver League, the Shakers, I believe, were in bronze last season as well, so they're doing quite well. The Badgers are up the top there. The Ghouls, the Jersey Jumbucks, the All-Australian team, they're doing well for themselves as well. So at the moment, we've just started off season 29 in the Silver League, the Gold League and the Honor League, so not too much to discuss, but that's where we're at the moment. like I said at the top of this broadcast, this was just going to be a recap of how things have been going for the last little while. It's been very hectic, moving house, Christmas. I'm tired, I'm buggered, I just want to sit down for a while and watch the cricket. This is the kind of stuff, though, that in 2015 we're going to do a lot more of. We're going to do a lot more video broadcast streams. What I would like to see for World Cup matches or important matches, for example, is to do what Andre implemented near the end of the previous season, which was, I guess, running match reports, and you can see the scores. You can see the scores update in real time, and I think that was really cool. The way it was implemented, I guess, version 1, was that you had to refresh the page, but that is going to change. So in the future, when the scores are updating and they'll update in real time, ideally, like the way I'd like to see it is maybe have multiple games on the screen. You can see the totals roll over. So in that instance, it's not that it's passive or boring, but you can see 3 or 4 matches at once, and you can see them all update at the same time in real time. And then when one match finishes, you then go to the next one. So that's kind of something I'd like to see in the future. I don't know how intensive that is on computers or anything at the back end, but that's something I'd like to see. I would really like to see match reports get updated in real time, like the action graphs be updated in real time. So when we do a stream, for example, and we can see the match score updating in real time, then we can also see the action graph go up and down, and when the snitch appears and all that kind of stuff as well. They're all things we'd like to work on in the future. It's all a learning process for us at the moment, and we've got 3 seasons now, so 3 months until the next World Cup to try things out. Depending on how season 29 goes as well, coming into the back end of the season, there might be games where one plays 2, top of the table clashes to try and get the victory for the season. So the Ashwiners might play the Mifflins, for example, in day 29 or day 30, and that will be another event that we can do a stream for as well. So anything like that we can do more video streams for, that's the kind of thing we're aiming for at the moment. And then when we get more managers, there'll be more games to play, there'll be more people to watch, there'll be more interaction. So that's the direction we're heading at the moment. It's very exciting. It's been a good 2014, I think, for Quidditch Manager. At the back end, a lot of stuff has changed, a lot of stuff has improved, and the hot word on the street is that the Academy is coming out before season 30, which is going to allow people to, I guess, scout for youth players, and it gives you another avenue to get good players into your squad that's not through the trade list. And I think that's a benefit, that's a bonus for the game, because, I mean, at the moment, there has been an injection lately where all the ex-players get chucked on the trade list at the end of the season, and that gives you a flurry at the end of the season for purchasing players, and I think that's been really positive as well. But to have the Youth Academy give us another way to get, I guess, new players and players that are more suited to positions, I think that's going to help us as well to make the game, I guess, thrive and expand in the future. So thank you very much for watching this episode of the Quidditch Manager Weekly Update. I know it's been a bit rushed. I know there hasn't been much going on lately. We've got plans in the future to do more of the video streams and maybe less of the weekly updates, because we'll be doing something else instead. So that's all cool. That's all high fives all around. So thank you very much for watching this episode of the Weekly Update. And until next time, hooroo and have a happy new year.